All right, so we hear this word well-being thrown around constantly, right? It sounds simple, but what if I told you that under that one little word, there's a whole science, a science of what it actually means to flourish in life? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to deconstruct. Seriously, think about it for a second. What does well-being really mean to you? Is it just feeling happy? Maybe a sense of calm? Yeah, for most of us, that's the starting point. But what researchers have found is that feeling good is just one single piece of a much, much bigger and way more interesting puzzle.
Okay, here's a great way to think about it. You wouldn't say you're healthy just because you don't have the flu, right? No. Health is about having energy, vitality, feeling strong. Well-being, it's the exact same idea. It's not about just not feeling sad or stressed. It's about the presence of positive, meaningful things in your life. It's a proactive state that scientists have a great word for, flourishing.
So the big question is, how do we get to that state of flourishing? Well, here's our game plan. We're going to start by going beyond just feeling good. Then we'll look at the different dimensions of well-being. After that, we'll figure out what actually shapes it. And finally, the best part, we'll talk about the path to improvement. All right, first up, let's go beyond just feeling good. You see, for the scientists who study this stuff, well-being isn't just some vague, fuzzy feeling. Not at all. It's a measurable, multifaceted state. It's often studied under this big umbrella of quality of life research. And what that really means is that it has different parts that we can actually identify, track, and, this is the crucial part, that we can actively work to improve. Okay, so if it's not just one thing, then what is it? What are the actual parts? Let's dive into the dimensions of well-being. This is where things get really interesting. The research breaks well-being down into these really clear but still connected categories. You've got the psychological dimension. That's all about your inner world, self-acceptance, having a purpose. Then there's the spiritual dimension, which is about meaning and connection. And of course, there's the subjective. That's the part we usually think of, like happiness and just feeling good. But then there's this last one, eudaimonic well-being. And honestly, this one might be the key to the whole thing. Yeah, this word eudaimonic, it's a total game changer. It's all about the difference between just feeling good, which scientists call hedonic well-being, and actually functioning well and living a life with meaning. Think about it like this. Eating a delicious cookie, that's hedonic pleasure. It feels good. But building something you're proud of, having a purpose, that's eudaimonic. One is a fleeting feeling, the other is about truly flourishing. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophy. To make this stuff concrete, researchers have developed tools like Rife's 6 dimensions of psychological well-being. They ask really specific questions to measure it. Things like, do you feel independent and autonomous? Do you feel like you're in control of your life and your environment? How are your relationships with other people? These aren't just guesses, you guys. These are the actual measurable building blocks of a flourishing life. Okay, so now we know what well-being is, but what shapes it? What are the things in our everyday lives that either build it up or tear it down? It's really like a balancing act, isn't it? On one side of the scale, you've got all these positive things piling up. Good sleep, your friends and family, getting some exercise. These are the things that lift you up. But then on the other side, you've got these heavy weights pulling you down, stress about money, burnout from work, loneliness, and just the constant pressure of modern life. And the list of these influencers is huge and sometimes kind of surprising. I mean, take something as simple as listening to music. The research is solid. It can give you a measurable boost. But then on the flip side, you have things like high-risk drinking, which studies show does the exact opposite, pulling your well-being down. And it's not just about what happens to us, it's also about what's going on inside. Actually, having strong coping skills, that ability to handle what life throws at you, is one of the single biggest predictors of who thrives and who just survives. So, if you take one thing away from all this data, it's this. The relationship is crystal clear. The science shows again and again that there's a direct, measurable, negative link between stress and well-being. As one goes up, the other just goes down, period. Which brings us to, honestly, the most important question of all. Are we just stuck? Is our level of well-being fixed? Or can we actually do something about it? And the great news, the absolutely fantastic news from the research, is yes. A huge, resounding yes. Your well-being is not a fixed trait. It's not like your eye color. It's much more like a muscle. It's something that you can intentionally train, cultivate, and strengthen with practice. And it's not a mystery how to do it. Science has basically handed us a toolbox full of proven methods. We're talking about things like mindfulness training to help manage our thoughts and emotions. There are specific exercises from positive psychology. And get this, even things that sound a little out there like laughter yoga have been shown in studies to have real positive effects, like lowering stress hormones. This really points to a massive shift in how we approach mental health. For so long, the goal was just to fix what was broken, to get someone from negative back to zero. But the new science, the new focus, is so much more exciting. It's not just about reducing symptoms. It's about actively building resilience, building mental health, and helping people move from zero into the positive, into that state of human flourishing. So, let's leave it with a final thought, a question for you. Now that you know that well-being isn't just one thing, that it's built on these real pillars like purpose, growth, and connection, what's one small thing, just one, that you could do today to build up one of those pillars? Because the science is absolutely clear on this. The power to flourish, it really is in our hands.